Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? My name is Blitzwinger, and of course, welcome on back to another LEGO Mixels review. Today we're continuing the Flexers family of characters, and we're going to be taking a look at the second member of the Flexers, the one and only Tentro, whose name you can see up in the top right corner there. Plus, you can see a little bit of an animated version of him as well, which looks quite lovely indeed. Of course, this set contains 69 pieces. It is set number 41516. Very, very cool indeed. You can see Mr. Tentro right here on the front. A little bit of information on Mr. Tentro. He's actually also very, very powerful and very smart, similarly to Craw, but he does lack one quality, and I think that that's probably the quality that does kind of keeps him from becoming the leader of the Flexers, and that is the fact that he is not very confident. Now, nobody within the Rubberlands actually knows why Tentro is not a very confident fella, but at the same time, he actually does lack confidence, and the result of that, Craw is the leader of this particular Mixel family. However, what he does have going for him is the fact that he's very, very clever. He's actually a very, very powerful Mixel as well, which is very, very cool for him. But he also has these handy little tentacles going on, which he can then use to climb on practically any surface or terrain. So he's very Spider-Man-like, even though he looks a bit more like a squid, but I guess he's got some qualities of a spider, which seems to be somewhat promising. Now, when we flip this on over, of course, you will be able to see the rest of the Flexers over here. So we see, of course, whoops, sorry, my camera's out of focus. We see Craw right there, then we see Bulk, then we see Tentro, of course. So we've reviewed Craw. Today we're going to be reviewing Tentro. Next time we're going to be reviewing Bulk. And then it will be time to become Flexers Max, which is looking like a crazy design, but I absolutely love that. That looks really, really cool. I love those kinds of crazy, goofy designs indeed. But of course, you can see the other Series 2 characters. So we've got the Frosticons, then we've got the Fang Gang members, and of course the Flexers right down here as well. I've reviewed both of these sets as well, so definitely check out those reviews. And of course, if you want to have a little bit of extra additional information, go to lego.com/nixels. Wow! So with all that being said, let's go ahead and transform out of this package and see what Mr. Tentro looks like on the outside, shall we? Hey guys, so I have got Mr. Tentro assembled, and I have to say, this guy is probably one of the most unique Mixels of the bunch, which is really saying something, because a lot of the Mixels have been super duper creative and super duper unique and just imaginative designs, which is why I absolutely love this line of toys, because it's super creative and it really kind of, you know, throws all the rule books out the door and just creates absolutely crazy designs. And this guy's no different. Don't get me wrong. As I said before, I do think that he's got a little bit of an octopus-like feel, which I think is something that a lot of the Mixels have had more recently, where they kind of start to look a little bit more animal-like and kind of resemble designs from our world, unlike some of the previous designs, which were a little bit more kind of just out there. And again, don't get me wrong, there were some designs that were also similar before, but at the same time, this guy's just really, really unique. You'll see that he's shaking a lot, and you might be worried that the design is going to fall apart. He's not, don't worry, there we go. I can give him a whole shake, but the cool thing is that he does have a rotating base, so I think this is one of the very few times, not the first time, but one of the few times that we have kind of like a waist joint. And then his build down here is just very, very unique. So as you can see, he's got these 4 tentacle arms, and obviously that allows you for a lot of display options. You can kind of have him settle down all the way to the bottom like this, which again gives him a bit of a spider-like feel almost, you know, especially if you bend these up a little bit like so, at least in my experience. If you bend these up, to me, he looks a little bit almost crab-like or almost spider-like, which is really cool. So he's got a bit of an arachnid feel going on there, which is really, really nice. But as if that wasn't enough, you could obviously get a lot of really cool poses. Like, for example, you could get him to stand all the way up, and then that gives him a lot more height to work with. So, whoops, let me just bend these a little bit because they're a little bit longer on those angles. But you can see, you can obviously have him standing up like this, which is a far taller display. The one interesting thing about him is that I believe these are supposed to be his arms here on the sides. Right here, I think that they would work better and would be more believable as arms if they were down like this, because I think then it kind of makes more sense. But when you have them up like this, I don't know why, for me, it looks more like a mustache that's like growing, I guess, out of the sides of his ears or something. Especially if you pull it up like this looks more like a mustache to me or something, like a really crazy mustache that has gotten out of control. And I really love that look. Obviously, as you guys know, I love when characters have funny facial hair or epic facial hair, and this is just really cool indeed. On top of that, one of his other kind of key attributes is the fact that he's got this orange cone on his head, which kind of looks almost like one of those like safety cones, you know, they put down for construction or something. Obviously, you could go ahead and pull that up a little bit. In the animations on the Lego Mixels side, this part actually folds all the way over, like it falls over sometimes, to, I guess, kind of play the idea that he's sometimes not very confident, so he kind of is upset, and that causes that to happen. Obviously, here you don't get that. You could kind of simulate it by flipping this over and then do that, which gives him a bit of a horned look. And I kind of actually like this look. I think it kind of gives him more of a, you know, finally when he figures out that he can be tough and he can stand up to the evil Mixels, maybe this is what happens and he's almost got this like cannon out of his forehead or something. Very cool indeed. And obviously all it takes is just one flip, so it's not a very difficult process at all. But this is how he is meant to look. Now, the other reason why I thought that this was a mustache, I forgot to mention this, was because you could technically say that, you know, these two, let's say, or three are his feet, and then one of these could be his arm or something. And again, that is the thing that I really love about this guy, is that you can get him into some really cool poses. Like, you know, here's a pose of maybe him charging ahead, about to strike or something like that. I think that this guy is one of the most versatile display Mixels out of the entire bunch. So out of the entire Flexers so far, again, I haven't taken a look at Bulk yet, who's the last character, but I have to say that I'm super uber duper impressed with this guy. And I think out of this entire wave so far, he will definitely be one of the key characters I would recommend for people to try out, to really see what the Mixels can potentially be. And I really love this figure quite a bit. So with all that being said, there you guys have it. That is the beautiful orange colorful Mr. Tentro. If you guys enjoyed this video, of course, as I always say, give the video a big like rating. That would help me out a ton. Share the videos with your family and friends. Favorite the videos as well. And of course, I will catch you guys next time with another Mixels review. We still have 2 more to go. Bulk, and then of course, the Flexers Max. So I'll catch you guys next time. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you later, alligators. Bye-bye, guys. Thanks all for watching.